Those who control the printing of money in the U.S., does it matter to them whether the U.S. government debt is $75 trillion or $200 trillion? He thinks the power being their ultimate goal will keep the system going until Brzezinski's control grid system is in place. Your comments, please.
Possible. I don't think it's probable, though. I think that they're having a terrible time holding the system together as it is, with an eye toward their goal and their date. They may be able to keep it going another 2 to 3 years. I don't see it beyond that. The world economy will be in such a terrible state. They're not going to be able to control the destiny of nations. So I don't think the time span's that great. The culture shock to the public of the world is going to be unbelievable.
This person believes that the U.S. holds all the cards at the G20. U.S. manufacturing could easily be recalled from China, and China never embraced the credit system for its citizens that the U.S. has, which would allow China to develop its own consumer base. Your comments, please.
China doesn't have the capital structure, has too much debt to be able to subsist on its own. It's as simple as that. They have to export. They've got too many people, and they always have had too many. It's a vast country. And they got the wrong kind of government. Communism has never been successful. And so I think China is in the same position as everybody else for slightly different reasons.
Could the economic crisis have occurred without the change to the mark-to-market accounting rules?
Oh, it would have happened anyway. I think they're not going to implement them. We'll see. But if they do, it'll just be expedite the downturn, because a lot of companies will be going under that can't meet the criteria.
Do you think the goal of the engineered economic crisis was greater power for the Federal Reserve, as Geithner has requested that the FR have the authority to take over any institution at its discretion?
What was the first two lines of that?
Do you think the goal of the engineered economic crisis was greater power for the Fed, as Geithner has requested that the Federal Reserve have the authority to take over any institution at its discretion?
Absolutely, and without question. They want to control privately all of the financial institutions. That's why one of the things that's going to be discussed at G20 and that the Europeans have been pushing is worldwide financial control. They want an overseer for the world in banking, brokerage, insurance, any kind of lending. They want control over it. And once they have that control through regulation, they'll more easily be able to institute world government. That's what it's about.
And I'm just looking for any other questions. I believe that is the last other question. There was one that I recall about the riots in France. I guess there's a lot of turmoil over there.
Yeah, they have a lot of unemployment, particularly in the Muslim areas, and not only in Paris, but in Marseille and other cities. And that's going to continue because unless employed by another Muslim group or firm, there are not a lot of jobs available in the mainstream of the French economic system for people who are Muslims. And the problem more than anything else is the lack of education. The French are not very prejudiced people like some other groups. And, like in New York, you'll find foreign cab drivers. Well, you'll find the same thing in Paris. And so ill education brings problems, and because it deprives people of jobs very often. And the riots you've seen in Europe have been really job-oriented. Unemployment is very high among people between 18 and 25 years old. It runs 20, 30, 40% depending upon where you go. And these are the people who are willing to make trouble and demonstrate and even riot. Sometimes they even overthrow governments. And when young people say, whether for lack of education or lack of jobs, can't find employment, then you've got serious problems. And that's what Europe's experiencing. It's all about money. And then they get college graduates being hired in Greece and Germany and France. They're starting out after spending 7 or 9 years in school, making $25,000 a year. And wages are higher in Europe, incidentally, than they are in the United States. It used to be the opposite. And it costs $50,000 a year to live. That doesn't fit very well. So that's going to continue as long as we have recession, depression. And it's not going to go away.
This question came in, I guess, Monday after the program. We only got about a second. Larry Summers, U.S. Treasurer, visited Russia in the late 90s, where he was instrumental in setting up the capitalist system. Now he is advising Obama on monetary policies.
Well, they made a mess out of the system in Russia. They set it up for the oligarchs who were financed by Rothschild, etc. They looted the country. And, in fact, Jeffrey Sachs from Harvard, who was among the emissaries from Summers, almost went to jail. And they were stealing and everything else. It was pathetic. But they just went there to loot the place for the bankers. And they're just all a bunch of crooks. It doesn't get any more difficult than that.
Different time, same people, different place.
That's correct.
Yeah. And now it's here. So I hope, folks, you are able to preserve your purchasing power by buying gold and silver coins. Discount Gold and Silver Trading, 1-800-375-4188. And, of course, our website at discountgoldandsilvertrading.net. And for your complimentary issue, use our 800 number, 800-375-4188. And if you'd like to send your questions over for Friday's program, please be my guest at discountgoldandsilver@yahoo.com. And I guess we have about 2 minutes, Bob. Any words of wisdom you would like to
put forth?
Mm-hmm.
Gold's up 1040.
Cool.
What did you have it up, 8 something?
Yeah, in the spot.
Yeah, this is the access market now. We'll be up again tomorrow. What are you showing spot at in dollars?
Oh, I just heard the 30-second noise. It was 9:36, I believe.
We should go up to 950 here shortly. We'll give a re-challenge probably on Friday.
And the dollar is 83.62, down 0.49. And there's the music.
Get back almost what it lost yesterday.
Pardon?
It was up that much.
Yesterday.
0.75 yesterday, so it almost matched up.
Well, we'll be back on Friday. Stay tuned, folks. Thank you, Bob.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.